All right. What's up, everybody? Do we got sound?
Yes, we should have sound.
Is all that stuff all good? Cool. Good dealio. I forgot to post the. I normally do a post after part one saying I'm still accepting orders. I forgot to post that. Anyway.
But we still have a list from part one. So.
Yeah, for some reason that drain hit me hard all at once, man. Actually, where's the gold stuff?
Oh, it's downstairs.
Oh.
Go get it.
I need some more of that.
Because I gave some to Nevaeh.
How many droppers did you give her?
3.
Did she like it?
I think so. I took some too, but I didn't really like it. I think it's because I was hungry. Hello, everybody coming in. We are accepting questions for the live. If you would like to join us, it's $22.22 for one question or per question. You can buy that by clicking the link that's in the comments. I just pinned it. And we have a list from part 1 that we got to continue. Just not that many. So it shouldn't be too long of a wait if you wanted to get a question. Okay, but I found my favorite energy drink.
Those are bomb.
You guys know we are energy drink connoisseurs, right? As you would say. This one right here. Do you guys have a Better Buzz like where you live? Because if you do, this one right here is the best one. I'm not even being dramatic. I love this one. It kind of tastes a little bit like, or if you, I already gave Nevaeh some too. I'm sharing it.
Damn.
It's
like
if you've been to Better Buzz, they have a pink mojito. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah. So
I'd always ask them, what energy drink are you using for that? And they're like, we just use our own. And I was like, oh, they probably just like make it, or I didn't really understand it, I guess. And then we finally went in the other day, and then they had this on their like in the little refrigerator area, and then they had like a fruit punch, and then what was the grape one?
Like a blackberry or something?
Yeah, like a blackberry one. And then I was like, oh, well, let's just try one of each. And then I just had a feeling when I saw this one, I was like, I have a feeling this is, I meant like this one. And then I opened it, and it was that one, and it was so good. It's literally just like the pink mojito without the mint leaf. It's really, really bomb.
That's bomb.
I love Better Buzz. I wish it was a little bit closer.
It's like basically it's a healthier version of Starbucks.
Yeah, pretty much.
And their food is so much better. You know, when you go to get something to eat at Starbucks, you get like the teeniest, weeniest little sandwich that you take like 2 or 3 bites of it and it's gone. You order a sandwich at Better Buzz, it's this big, boom, like comes packed in this big clamshell. It's like, damn, and it's so fire.
It is so good. And they use better eggs, like I don't know if it's like cage-free or whatever it is when it's like the better option. I don't know what they're fed, but I mean, to me, it's just like heading in the right direction of having healthier stuff. So I'm down to support it. I'd rather have that than anything else, especially Starbucks. I don't even know. Like, who still goes to Starbucks? I go there sometimes, but I'd rather not, to be honest. Like, their coffee just makes me feel weird. Like, I have a major crash afterwards.
Starbucks?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, man, there's some kind of fucking chemical in Starbucks coffee. It's not caffeine, you know? I'm suspicious of it.
It's mold. Don't they have mold in their stuff? Like, there's been all these, like, tests and studies done, and, like, every single one that comes back, like, they have mold.
Well, I don't know. I mean, maybe, but I'm convinced that there's something other than caffeine in Starbucks coffee. I don't know what it is, but it's too much.
I do think it is mold, too, because get comfortable so you're not hitting the table. There you go. You're still hitting the table. Do you want to move over? Come over here. that better? Every time I start drinking it, I start sneezing. And that's always my like sign that, oh, there's probably mold in it. You're like, your body's allergic to that, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Probably.
I mean, obviously, we're not supposed to have mold.
Well, actually,
Well, yeah.
we're not supposed to be allergic to mold. You know why we're allergic to mold? Because of the vaccines we take as kids. It makes our body allergic to mold. The way our bodies are supposed to naturally process mold is that most molds are supposed to be like really insanely good for you and work as like medicine. And they give us a vaccine when we're kids that does something to the alteration of our immune system that makes it react to mold in a negative way. If it wasn't for that, we wouldn't be allergic to mold.
That's wild.
Fucking big pharma for you.
Okay, so are you guys ready to get started? Are you ready?
Yep.
Okay. We are starting off with Jay No, who is a Libra.
Jay No.
And it says, how does the Pisces feel about me? We've gone out twice so far.
Okay, so I think I can pretty much establish that this is a potential love interest, right? All right. I'm just going to say Libra and Pisces, challenging energetic combination. I know that I'm not one of those people that says that just because you're this sign and you're that sign that it will or won't work. But when I say that, I just want to give you something to think about, as far as the way energies behave together. Air and water, no matter what the quality, is always challenging. Anywho, let's see. Justice reversed. We got the Libra card in the reverse. Ace of Cups reversed. Hangman. And the Ten of Wands. So I don't really think with the Two of Swords that this person really knows how they feel exactly. Not really. I do think that this individual has every intention of trying to find a life partner and settle down. I'm kind of curious as to how long ago their last relationship ended, because I am very, very suspect to the thought that they haven't released a bit of that energy. But with the Two of Swords and the Ace of Cups reversed, so this is Pisces energy, like exhibit A right here. Two of Swords is all about being indecisive, right? So each sword indicates an idea that they can't choose from. On one side, we have the Ace of Cups reversed. On the other side is the Lover's card in the upright. So this is that type of thing where, they think about it this morning and, yeah, I really think I'm starting to like this person. Then this afternoon, I don't know, probably not, and then the next day, same thing, back and forth, flip-flopping back and forth. They really don't know, I don't think. Let me look at this person's energy. I probably should have done that first. Let's see here.
He said that I'm heavily Scorpio, probably more than Libra.
Well, I'm talking about sun sign placements. Sun sign placements. I love this deck. I don't, and there's Two of Swords again. I really don't think this individual has come to a conclusion yet. Not really. Going out twice. I know that we should probably start getting an idea in regards to how we feel and what we want. But let me ask you this. What do you think about them so far?
Obviously, likes them to get a reading to find out.
So I think that this, well, here's another thing too. How long have y'all been dealing with each other?
Like knowing each other?
Dealing with each other, period.
What's that mean?
Talking, dealing with each other. Like, as soon as you start talking to somebody, you're dealing with them.
Oh, okay.
So, I don't think this person knows. 2 of Swords twice in a row. I don't think they're really 100% sure. Not really. But again, there's Lover's card again.
He said, I think she's great. Honestly, I can tell she likes me, just whether it turns romantic.
Well, I don't know. Depending on how long you all have been dealing with each other, I would give it a month to hopefully clear out any of that confusion. Because the confusion you're feeling right now, that needs to be cleared. I mean, within the first 30 days, you need to have a real good idea of how somebody feels about you.
I said pretty recently, a few weeks ago. So that's how long we've been dealing with each other.
Yeah. So the first month, if you're confused about somebody's feelings after the first month, you better dedicate the next month to finding out how they feel about you. Because after 60 days, if you're confused about how someone feels about you, you'll always be confused.
Especially like a girl. Like, I feel like girls are more open about they really like, somebody. Versus male. Like, I feel like males are more like, oh, like, I'm not really, like, what am I trying to say? Kind of like males kind of brush things off. Like, they don't take it that serious, but girls will kind of be more like, I like you. Right? Do they?
I mean, I don't know. Sometimes, I don't know. I've dealt with a lot of women.
If a woman is actually really interested in you, I feel as though she would say and be more vocal about it. Versus if a male was really interested into a woman, would he be so quick to say?
Well, I remember back when I would deal with confusion like that with a woman. Now, looking back, I understand what went wrong and what I did wrong. But at the time, I didn't understand where in the beginning, she was really, really, really into me. Mm-hmm. And then I was really into her. And looking back, I think I was just like pushing her away because I was too needy, mm-hmm. And then she would just flip on me and just kind of start.
What was her sign?
Oh, anybody.
Oh.
The one that I'm thinking about now, though, actually, honestly, was a Saggy.
Okay, well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that sounds like something I would do.
I never really thought about her, but she's the first one that came to my mind that we're really into each other, and then we started hanging out, dating, and whatnot. And then all of a sudden, I was like way too into her,
Yeah, because now the chase is over, and I was like, oh, okay, well, whatever. Now I can just have you whenever. You're too easy.
But there's been some dynamic of that with so many different women I dated.
Has there ever been a woman that you were, who was interested in you, who was a little bit more quiet and reserved about that, but actually did like you and it did go far, or did end up taking off into something? He's got to go through the archives.
No.
That was memory.
No.
Okay, well then that's the point I'm kind of trying to get at. Like, I feel like a woman, if they actually are interested, you will know a little bit in some way.
I mean, it's the same thing with a man too. I mean,
but I feel like most guys are so ditzy and
when a man like really, really, really fucking wants you, I'm not necessarily saying that he's supposed to just be like desperate. Oh my god! But you're gonna know he's gonna put forth the effort. He's gonna be communicating. It's gonna be like he's gonna make sure he lets you know that you're the one. I don't know. It's at the end of the day. If that energetic transparency between the two of you is not there for any reason in the world, you probably want to back away. Because if you can't break through that level of confusion, that's setting yourself up for a mess. So, all right.
Okay, so next we have Dawn, who's an Aries. Will my next job be here or in some other country? I'm waiting for long. And if it doesn't happen this year, I will be forced to move to another country.
Well, what I have to look at is your life path. And that's what I have to look at. So questions like that aren't normally as simple as what's my next job going to be. The question is, do you have anything holding you where you are right now? Are you being uprooted? Are you being destabilized? Do you have any unfinished business anywhere else in any other country? Guess what I got on Amazon?
She said, I really want to stay and continue here.
Well,
Nice.
Your cycle is not quite complete yet. Not really, but I do kind of feel like within the next couple of years, you will be being destabilized, and there could be something potentially leading you to uproot and move somewhere at some point in the next couple of years. Very potentially. But right now, the reason no doors are opening is because it's not quite time yet. It's not quite time for that. So you're kind of in this weird phase. Now, what I'm trying to figure out, though, is that what is it you're doing here then? Let me see what it is that's holding you where you are right now. Two more shuffles.
She said, will you give it at least 6 months where I'm at? Or have you even pulled the first spread yet?
Yeah, I did.
Oh.
No, that was a 6-month spread, and the first one I just pulled there. Okay. There's some kind of soul contract that you're dealing with, and I don't know what it is. I don't know. Could be anybody. It could be a friend, family member, a neighbor. There's some sort of soul contract that you're working on right now. Unless you just live a hermit lifestyle where you don't talk to or deal with anyone. It could be anybody. Could be anybody, but there is something still kind of holding you where you are. So it's difficult to say. Like I said, I do kind of feel like, though, that what you're feeling is that you will be being destabilized and relocating more than likely in the next couple of weeks anyways, depending on the next couple of years. So right now, yeah, that's the main thing holding you where you are right now. Is it some kind of soul contract you've been working on? Do you have friends that you deal with, or neighbors, or are you in a relationship or anything like that? Because that's the main thing holding you where you are right now. But your next job, to get to the point of the job, it's not quite ready for you yet. Not quite. So a door is not opening because your next assignment it's not time for that yet. What does that mean? I don't know. That could mean so many different things, but you're not quite ready to step into and play the role of the next job or the next assignment that you are going to be tackling. So next 6 months, I'm not really seeing a lot of action here, to be 100% honest with you. I'm really not. I'm not seeing very much movement or action at all.
She said, I live with my partner.
Okay. Well, that's probably the main thing keeping you there is the soul contract. And with the world card reversed, it's probably karmic in nature, but that's the main thing that's holding you where you are right now. So I don't know. It does look like if you can't get some door to open here really soon. You very well may end up having to relocate. It's very possible. Very possible. If you really don't want to do that, then I would just double down and try to manifest it. Play with some manifestation techniques. Go to YouTube and type in how to manifest, fill in the blank. Because, yeah, it's looking like it's going to be a struggle. So.
All right. Well, best of luck to you. Next, we have Pink Aquarius, who is an Aquarius. What's next for me? General advice / what to look out for. I finally feel like coming out of a rut. Spring / summer felt quite heavy and exhausting. In regards to not falling back. Oh, so it's the advice and what to look out for in regards to not falling back into that energy. I fought so hard to finally be in a better place. And sometimes I feel like something is trying to pull me back, if that makes sense. So this was the one that we were going to do on part 1. And then we needed more information on or something. Remember?
Yeah.
Or
so,
I showed it to you on part 1. And you said you could read this as long as you know what it's in regards to.
So basically, it's all it is in regards to a mental state of mind. It's not in regards to romance.
That's what it sounds like.
Friends, finance.
Yeah. Do you think you could do that?
Well, so like, no, because what I'm saying is, so what's next? Meaning, what's next means what's going on out here. So when I say in regards to what, I mean in regards to what out here. So it's what to watch out for in regards to what. All you're really talking about is how you've been feeling, not what you've been dealing with or what has been contributing to the state of mind that you're in, or I don't know, has it been in regards to romance or in regards to finance or friends? So if you want to know what's next in regards to what's going to be happening in your life, I kind of need to know what's been happening in your life that's been contributing to the state of mind or the feelings that you've been dealing with. Does that make sense? You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I still kind of, when I say in regards to what, I mean what situation has contributed the most to the rut you've been in. Does that make sense? So love, friends, finance, that's kind of what I'd like to know.
I will email. Okay, next is for Gigi, who's an Aries. Spoke Pisces man. What?
Spoke to, I guess.
Maybe. Spoke to Pisces man, August 12th. I said things he didn't like. I said things he didn't like. Stopped video, text, voice, contact. Is he mad? Reached out or has someone?
Well, I'm not allowed to spy on the details of somebody's life. But I can look at the person's feelings, energies, and intentions.
We have Gigi is in the chat, so maybe if I didn't read that right, maybe you can help clarify.
Kind of sounds to me like you said something that pissed him off, and you're wondering if he's mad at you. Or for some reason he cut ties with you.
So I'm just wondering if I messed up bad with the last conversation. So, yeah.
No, I don't think you messed up. Like, let's be honest. If you did something wrong, you would know it. If you don't honestly know what you did, it's not your problem, it's theirs. Because when you did something wrong, you know what you did. If you don't know what the hell you did, I don't know. I'm not indicating anything that this person's mad, but it does kind of indicate that this individual just might not really be all that interested. I would imagine this isn't somebody that you were very closely connected to. It's kind of looking like this person is in that place where I don't really want to say he's playing the field, but he has his options open. He's not really attaching himself to anything that he feels like. He's very defensive, very, very defensive, and doesn't want to let anybody get too close. So it's not that it's not that you messed up. It's that he's not in the place to connect with anyone. He's not in an emotional place to be able to make a connection with anyone. Maybe it could be a little bit of both. I mean, hey, you're an Aries. Hey, I know most Aries people accidentally barf shit out of their mouth before they even think about it. Right? But he needs to be able to be in an emotional space to at least be able to tell you, hey, what the fuck, dude? If it triggered his defenses that bad because he's still in a place where he's not really able to connect with you. I don't know. It says he's walking away from this. Aries and Pisces, very challenging energetic combination. He's got his defenses sky high. I don't think I would call it you messing up as bad as I would maybe call it a mixture between the two. Maybe you said something you probably shouldn't have, but I think he should have addressed it. And maybe you all could have worked through it together, Hey, I deal with a fireball every day.
I deal with an airhead every day.
I deal with a little fireball. She'd be barfing shit out. I'm like, dude, come on, what the fuck, dude? And she'd be like, sorry.
You're lucky you get a sorry. But I do feel better after I say it. And you're a little airhead over here, though.
Yeah.
Always
Yeah. The things that go on in my head are louder than the things going on in the world.
Yeah. She said, I've been waiting to say this. She said, I repeated something back what he said, and he didn't like me repeated. I guess he didn't like that she repeated it. And she's known him for 8 years. And that, yes, she was just like responding to something.
So you called him out, basically.
Basically, yeah.
Is that what, like you called him out? You reminded him, hey, you said this. And he didn't like being called out on his own bullshit. So I think like I said, his defenses are sky high. I think he's emotionally immature. If you've known somebody for 8 years, and you have no clue what's going on between the two of you, that's not a good sign. I think this person is probably a dishonest, deceitful individual that you can't trust and didn't like being called out on his bullshit. So, like I said, he's not really in the emotional space to be able to connect with anyone anyways. And no, you never mess up by calling someone out. If you see something, call it out. And if they can't stop and say, okay, yeah, you're right. And say, okay, well, this is why I said that. This is what I meant. Yeah, that was my fault. Whatever. If they can't do that, that's not somebody you need in your life anyways. So I just think the universe did you a favor. I think you dodged a bullet and the universe is taking the trash out for you. So.
Trash day. All right. So next we have, I have to mute this for a second. Okay. All right, next is for Jen, who's an Aries. Taurus went back to X. Will Taurus man come back after I broke up with him?
Wait, you broke up with him?
So he went back to the X, but will he come back after I broke up with him?
So you ended it and he went back to an ex?
That's what it sounds like to me.
Probably not, honestly. Two of Cups reversed. It doesn't have any plans of it right now. So which happened first? You broke up with him first and then he went back to his ex? Because if it's the other way around, no, he's not going to chase after you if you said you didn't want to be with him. But there is the Three of Swords here, which does kind of indicate some unfinished business anyways. But no, I don't. Right now, it shows that the main thing he's focused on is some other soul contract. I mean, it's not technically a third party since the two of you aren't together, but he's working on some other soul contract right now. And if you're the one that ended it, then, I mean, honestly, he shouldn't come chasing after you if you told him that you don't want to be with him. The only thing that you can do to reverse that. So like whenever two people part ways, the person who is responsible for trying to mend it is the person who ended it. Now, let's say that the person ended it because the other person did something wrong, right? Well, then in that case, the person who ended it is responsible for reaching out and saying, I want to let you know that I forgive you, and clearing the air. But as far as actually initiating the reconciliation, that's not the job of the person who was rejected, because that would be disrespecting your boundaries. If you tell me that you don't want to be with me and you leave, I'm not going to chase you. It's not my job. You've shown me, you told me, I don't want you to be a part of my life anymore. That's your boundary that you set. So I'm going to respect it. And I'm not going to come chasing you. You know? So if that's the way it happened, but regardless, what it's looking like right now is he's messing with some other soul contract. Death card reversed. So do you really want somebody like that to come back to you? I don't know how long you all were together, but I have an idea that you may not know him as well as you think you do. Because he's got all kinds of past vibrational baggage he's dealing with now. Ooh, I love it. I love it when it happens. When I say it, and as I'm saying it, the card comes out. So, yeah, he's got all, probably not right now. He doesn't have any plans of it. He's dealing with some past vibrational baggage. The only thing you can really do is let a little bit of time pass, do as much healing as you can during that time, and then you clear the air. If you're the one that ended it, you clear the air. And once you clear the air, then that leaves up the green light and the door hanging open as an invitation. You're welcome to come in, you know? But yeah, right now he's working on a past soul contract.
How cute is the Amori brother down there? He has to be close by. Oh.
He won the gold medal in the Innocence Olympics.
He did. Oh.
Speddy.
What does he say? Buggy? What's he say?
Mm-hmm.
He's warding off all the energies.
He's probably a fucking spirit.
Speddy.
He sees spirits all the damn time.
He does. He'll be like out of nowhere. He just goes, "What was over there?" And he watches them like fly by.
It seems like spirits like to hang out in corners. From where I'll see him a lot of times up in a corner. You look up there ain't no bug flying around up there. It's like, what are you looking at?
He likes to stretch a lot against the wall, so that's like his weird little thing he does.
Yeah, but he'll get up sometimes directly in a corner like that right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he like stands on the chair and he like puts his paws up there. I'm like, what are you doing, bro?
Looking at a spirit.
Well, we're going to sage because I don't need no spirits around my little area here. Thank you very much.
We forgot to say our prayer.
Oh.
You want to do that real quick?
Right now on video?
Yeah, so?
I mean, not really. Because I feel like that's kind of like private. I don't really want to share that with everybody.
Okay.
Okay, so next we have, all right. I did get more information from this person, but I was looking for a little bit more, I guess. I'll read it and then you tell me if you need more. So Sparky John, who's a Capricorn. What are my ex's intentions? Split from my ex about 5 months ago. Not sure why, but no contact since. We were together almost 9 years, married for 2. Relationship appeared okay, but obviously not by her. So then I emailed and I said, so what do you mean by what are her intentions if there's no contact?
Yeah, because...
And then I said, do you mean, is she going to be contacting you soon?
I can
Or
look at
sure
her
what?
feelings. That's all I can really look at. So when I do my readings generally on my main channel, I'll lump all that stuff into one. I'll say feelings, energies, and intentions.
Oh,
You know, and I just lump it all into one because it's general, depending on the situation and what's happening. But when I look at intentions...
Oh, he said, should I let her go or what? Or wait?
Okay, so...
Okay. Thank you. I'm glad you're here.
when I look at intentions, the main thing that I'm looking at intentions for is behind actions. You know? But we can look at feelings, I guess. First thing I want to look at is the soul contract.
He wants to know if he should let her go or wait.
I know. I have to read this stuff in order to be able to answer that question.
Oh.
Two of Pentacles. I gotta look at soul contract, Queen of Swords, Hangman. Yeah, well, no, this is one of those things that's kind of hard to explain, where I don't think the contract is completed. And for some reason, and I still haven't been able to pinpoint exactly why this happens, but when you get married to somebody, y'all were together for 9 years, 7 years before you got married, that does something energetic between the two of you, that if both of you aren't ready energetically, that can make the metaphorical vehicle run into a brick wall. I think it's a little bit of disillusionment on her part. A little bit, you know, if that makes any sense, because, you know, once you get married, then a lot of people have this finish line in their mind, and it's marriage, walking down the aisle, you know, put the ring on, I do, kiss, and then the credits roll in their mind. Happily ever after. Well, reality doesn't work that way. Yeah, we do all that fun stuff, and it's fun, it's intense, it's crazy. Now, we have a marriage. You know, getting married and actually having a marriage is two different things. And the reality of what a marriage is much, much more than just crossing the finish line into getting married. And then usually within a year or two period, a lot of relationships go downhill after marriage. So I don't really know how to explain that energy very well, where with the Queen of Swords right here and the Lover's card reversed. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How do you explain that? Where maybe you could explain it from a female's
I feel
perspective.
like it's more like the chase.
Yeah, like the chase. Like I have this finish line in my mind. Like most women, you have no idea how many times I get asked the question, will I ever be married? And that question kind of digs under my skin, because they don't say, will I attract my divine life partner? Will I be in a happy relationship? They say, will I be married? Well, any fucking Joe Blow can come stick a ring on your finger and say, I do. Is that all you want? You know, and a lot of women's mind, that has been programmed into her mind since she was a little girl as to the ultimate finish line in life. And then just like anything else, whether it's a certain amount of money that you want to make or your dream car or your dream home, boom, you cross through the finish line and it's like, I have arrived. And then it's like, okay, now what?
Yeah.
Now what? And it's like,
I think that's how it was like the first time I got married. I did not get married for the right reasons. And like after it was like the dust settled, I was just kind of like, oh shit, like I have to be with this person forever. I'm like, oh my God, what did I just do? And I was like so excited to be like married and do the thing. And then I was like, oh wait. Like you just kind of feel like empty when that's all you're looking for. But he said she proposed. I never wanted to get married.
No,
that's crazy.
Yeah, that's a thing with a lot of women, you know.
She didn't want to wait.
She probably was waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting.
Well,
and then
he
finally
said he never wanted to.
I know. So that's
Yeah.
why. Yeah. So she proposed because she
Yeah.
was tired of waiting. She finally got that married. And then, you know, it's like, it's kind of like, have you ever experienced the feeling of like getting something fucking amazing, like the car you've always wanted or something like that, how fucking amazing it is at first, or that toy you wanted all year long and you finally got it under the Christmas tree when you was a little kid and it was so fucking awesome, but a couple of weeks later you chuck it in the corner and you're tired of it. Similar.
So that's how she feels?
Yeah.
So should he wait or let her go?
What I'm looking at here.
Yeah, I know. I'm just reading out loud.
I know.
Because now I'm curious.
I mean, I don't know if I would wait. Here's what I would do. I would be prepared and ready to release and let this go. Because even if you were to wait and the two of you did come back together, if the two of you come back together on the same vibration that was there when you separated, it's going to loop around and repeat the same cycle. Okay. So you're going to have to release and do some healing anyways, no matter what you want to do. Whether you want to move forward and find something new or bring someone back and have another go, you're going to have to heal first. So if I was you, I would dedicate all of 2026 to nothing but healing and turning into a completely different person. If you could figure out how to channel this energy and you could really, really, really dedicate your life into making her regret it, you'll make her regret it. And you'll make miracles happen in your life. You could manifest that day where she looks at you and she feels like the dumbest bitch in the world. And by that point, you will have attracted somebody into your life that'll make you look back on her and laugh. So no matter what you want to do, heal from this. Don't sit around and wait because that's keeping you stuck in the same vibration. And then as you do more healing, if the two of you were to come back together right now, it doesn't look like it. But as you begin to ascend, she's going to feel that energetic separation. But then the paradox is the more healing you do, the less interested you become in revisiting the past, but the more interested the past will be to come back to you. It's a very strange, energetic, paradoxical anomaly, but heal from it. Don't sit around and wait. Okay? Cross the next bridge when you get to it.
Okay, so we're going to readdress this question here because we got more details.
Okay.
For Pink Aquarius. Let me give a new timestamp. Okay, I don't know. Do you want me to reread it all again or just reread what okay. So the main thing I've been struggling with is love.
Okay.
After ending my marriage 4 years ago, I have found it very difficult to get to know somebody reliable and emotionally available.
Okay, cool. All right.
For Pink Aquarius, sorry. Did I say that? I don't know if I missed.
I know who you're talking about.
I know, but the audience doesn't. And maybe she doesn't know. Well, she knows because she wrote that.
Moon card. Well, you've already been going through that. You've already been going through a massive period of gestation and change. And honestly, that's a totally normal part of the path, is meeting people you don't connect with. That means you're ascending and changing frequencies. That can be a long, drawn out, pain in the ass process. Eventually, it's going to get to a point beyond you just getting up out of a rut. Eventually, it's going to get to a point where you don't care anymore. You've met people, you can't vibe with nobody, and it's going to get to a point where you get so sick and tired of it, you're like, fuck it, I don't care. I don't give a shit. And then that's when you're going to be in vibrational alignment with your divine life partner, because you're becoming more and more abundant from within. So right now, there's still quite a bit more energy work to do as far as that goes. But you're going to be tested. I know you hear me say that a lot, but you will be tested and tested. And it's very likely that you've been tested. Every time you meet and connect with somebody, it could be a test. And it's going to continue to happen and continue to happen. And it's very common that the tests can become more and more challenging. And eventually, you're going to be tested with something that is very, very tempting. And as long as you're in that abundance frequency, it won't matter. But yeah, you're making that ascension process. So what's next? It's pretty much a perpetual unfolding process of what you've been going through. So you are changing the station from 93.1 and you're making your way over to 107.7. So right now you're at about 102.3, about halfway through the process.
She said, I decided to do a no min summer and I started to feel better. Best decision.
Yeah. Let's see.
Well, next thing you know, no dick December will be here too. What are we in? What month are we in? Oh, September. Oh.
7 of Cups. There will be multiple potential options and love interests and whatnot. And like I said, it's a normal part of the journey where, you know, there will be all kinds of opportunities that you pass up, people you're just not really connecting with. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. And again, you kind of have to give yourself permission to just say, I don't care if I'm ever in a relationship again. That's what scares people, because that sounds so final. But your energy going into it is so important, because I think the reason why so many people get scared of that is because we've all met that person who swore off relationships for the rest of their life. And they went and crawled in a corner by themselves and stayed stuck in a vibration of bitterness and anger and resentment. And they died alone because they never rose up out of that frequency. They just stayed stuck, angry, bitter, pissed off. Of course, they're going to die alone. But the primary law is the law of vibration. If you get to a point where you're so fulfilled in here, I'm not saying you're going to say, I don't want anyone. It's, I don't care. If somebody shows up and wants to be a part of my life one day, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But if not, oh well. I'm not going to waste my time going and searching for it. I'm not going to waste my time chasing somebody or trying to make anybody like me. You know, I'm just going to live my life, have fun, do my thing. And hey, if somebody makes their way in, then we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Does that make sense? So that's kind of more, there'll be more of that. And if you, like right now, when you say you're feeling like you're coming out of the rut, that's when things kind of start speeding up and picking up. So 2026 might be a little bit more action-packed, and you'll just want to keep your eye on that frequency and pay attention to the energy. And if you stay on this path, I could see you potentially attracting a divine life partner in 2026 or 2027. It's very, very possible. It just, again, it all depends on, you know, whenever one of these people come into your life, if you're being tested, on something that you haven't quite grappled with yet, you could experience a past cycle. But if not, boom, this will happen when you least expect it. Did that answer anything?
Yeah, because I gave future advice on what's next and stuff. Okay, so next we have Angel Shadow, who is a Scorpio, and she purchased 4. So we're going to do them all back to back to back. So the first question is my ex being honest as far as me being able to trust him doing our divorce? 4 mil assets, 2 mil property, minor accounts, Pisces. I don't know what NPD means.
What means?
NPD? Maybe those are his initials or something.
Narcissistic personality disorder.
Oh. Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
5 of Swords, no. Karmic wheel reverse, no. This individual is the type of person who will play dirty. So, no, not really. 5 of Swords is defeat at all cost. I'm going to get what I want, and I don't care what I have to do to get it. Seven of Swords. No. Nope. This is not an honest individual. 5 of Swords in the first spread, 7 of Swords in the second spread. And the Devil card. No, this individual is not being honest. So that's pretty quick to read.
Okay, the next one. Can I connect with a spiritual guru to awaken my higher frequencies so that I may acknowledge and complete my purpose for being here?
First of all, what do you mean, can you connect? Yeah, you can do whatever you want. I don't need a tarot card to tell you that. And what makes you think that you're not living your purpose for being here? Nobody on this planet only has one purpose for being here. Nobody.
Maybe can I will she be able to find somebody who could help her with that? Maybe reword it just a little bit.
Temperance reverse. I mean, it doesn't really work that way. The people who truly, genuinely awaken, there's no one thing that any one person can tell you. Any spiritual guru, teacher, guide, everybody is doing the same thing. They're saying, this is what I did. So I'm going to tell you what I did. And hopefully I can hand it to you in a way that you can handpick certain things out of my experience and apply it to your experience and see some kind of results. That's about all that spiritual gurus can do, is give you some tools. But let's see. Yeah. So with the temperance, I mean, there's not really going to be a spiritual guru who makes you awaken. Nobody can really make you awaken. It has to trigger at the end of the day, when it all comes down to it. The only person who can awaken you is yourself.
Couldn't she go and connect with Case?
That's possible.
You could connect with our friend Case Parks. How do you find Case?
He has a YouTube channel called Everyday Masters. He's a reconnective healing practitioner. He can connect you to a bandwidth of frequency. And a lot of people see some really, really cool results from that.
And that might be kind of what you're looking for.
That might be able to help.
Yeah.
you know. But at the end of the day, again, it's I just want you to go into it knowing that you have to be the one to flip the switch in here.
Mm-hmm.
He can connect you to this frequency that's fucking wild. It feels, and I still use it to this day. It feels like magnets. It feels like your hands are buzzing, and it feels like magnets are pushing against your hand. It's like, whoa, we use it to heal each other and all kinds of shit.
Seriously.
But still, at the end of the day, you have to be the one that goes inside and flips the switch on to awaken yourself, you know? So yeah, that's very possible. You could do that if that's what you mean by that. But don't go around telling yourself that you have not found your purpose for being here, because the universe responds to everything that you tell it. And the universe only has one response. Yes, your wish is my command. That's it. So if we go around all day, every day saying, I need money, the universe says, yes, you need money. Your wish is my command. I'm lonely. Yes, you're lonely. Your wish is my command. Just to give you a general idea, it gets a lot deeper and a lot more nuanced and convoluted than that. But whatever you believe and whatever you are subconsciously stating to be truth, the universe is handing you everything you need to support that. So if I'm telling myself all day, every day, I have no fucking clue what I'm doing here. The universe says, yes, that's true. You have no idea what you're doing here. Your wish is my command. So we want to shift the internal narrative. I remember I started this process when I was living in the homeless shelter. And I started telling myself, dude, you know what? I actually do make a really big fucking difference. That person that I just bumped into, I just changed the whole fucking course of his entire day. If I didn't bump into him just now, his whole life path would have gone differently today. Whoa, I make a big fucking impact here. And the more I started telling myself that, the more the universe started handing me more evidence that I make a big fucking difference. And then when you send the vibration out, the universe will hand it back to you. When the universe hands it back to you, then that reinforces the vibration and you send it out stronger. When you send it out stronger, the universe hands it back to you stronger, which reinforces it and sends it out stronger. And it keeps building and building until before you know it, you're making a big fucking difference. But I don't care who needs to hear this. Don't ever go around telling yourself that you haven't figured out your purpose. There's not a single human being on this planet right now not living their purpose. When I was living under a bridge and eating out of a trash can, you best bet that was my fucking purpose. Hell yeah. Ain't no fucking way in hell I'd be where I am today if it wasn't for that. Everything that you experience is your purpose for being here. Yeah, I would probably maybe give her Case's website.
Yeah.
I sent hundreds of people his way.
What is his website? We could just
everydaymasters.life, I believe. Let me see.
Oh, right here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna add it in the comments here.
He's the very first spiritual public figure that I ever started following. As a matter of fact, this is the dude that inspired me to start this YouTube channel. Before it was a tarot channel. And then we ended up becoming really good friends.
We love Case.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Anytime we get to hang out with him, it's always so much fun.
Yeah, he is cool.
He's a Virgo with a Saggy moon.
Yeah.
So we always have a good time with him.
Yeah. Yep. He's awesome.
He's like definitely one of my favorite people to hang out with out of everybody.
Yeah.
That we all kind of like run into.
Him and Steve are probably the two coolest friends that I've had in a long time.
Yeah. All right. So then the next question was, my 19-year-old Scorpio daughter just moved out for an 8-month online college course. She is an empath like me. What protection can I put over her?
You got to be careful with that. I mean, I don't really need a tarot card to tell you that. we do prayers every day where we ask our guides to put a big shield of healing light and protection around us. And sometimes we'll throw in there, send a couple extra guardian angels, or, you know, but you got to be real careful with that. Because, I mean, hopefully you can advise that she ask for her own protection, hopefully. But, I mean, that's not really a tarot question. So.
Well, it sounds like she's looking for advice, so you can just give her your advice.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we do. What we do, like for my daughter or for my other daughter in Kentucky, when we're saying our prayer and having a big shield of healing light and protection around us, hey, see if you can put a shield of protection around Nevaeh.
Even the cats.
And the cats.
We go that far.
I mean, at the end of the day, your guides, the guides and the guardian angels and whatnot, they, before you even get done thinking it, they already know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
So, did you have any other advice other than that? That's not really a big, complex question.
Well, I do have a really cool story I can tell. Well, no, because it involves possibly being under the influence, so it probably loses a lot of credibility. So maybe not.
I mean, that's when you're protected the most. You have any idea how many times I would be dead?
No, it was just something I saw. You know this. I already told you this story. But there's something that I saw.
No. Being under the influence can open you up to certain things.
Okay, this one time, I was about like 16, and it was me, my boyfriend, and then a couple of his guy friends, and we were all at my house, and we were like all on ecstasy, and we were trying to like not celebrate, but we were like partying because one of his friends who was at the house, my boyfriend's friend, his name was Derek, and Derek was going to be going to the courthouse the next day, and he was supposed to be going to jail. And so we were just like partying hard the night before, and then my boyfriend and I, we were laying in the backyard, and I was trying to explain to him how like you can ask your angels for help if you ever need help and things like that. And he was like, he kind of thought I was like a little bit silly. And I was like, no, like I always send my angels to whoever if they ever need it. And I was like, let's send angels to Derek. And I was like, this is what you do. You just say, I send my angels to Derek. And then he was like, okay. He's like, I send my angels to Derek. And then I shit you not, this white, like it was not a shooting star. It was like, but it moved kind of fast like a shooting star. But it was like this huge, like glowing white light. And it went right over the house. Like right over the house, like right into like where Derek was in the house, because he was like in the kitchen. And my boyfriend, he looked at me, he was like, how did you do that? Like he was fucking tripping. And I was like, nobody's even gonna believe us after that. Anyways, Derek went the next day to the courthouse and they couldn't even find his papers. Like all the charges were dropped, like everything. So it sounds kind of silly, but I've been doing that for like years, like ever since I was a kid. Like I've always done that.
The fact that you were under the influence, a lot of people hate hearing this because it's such a controversial topic, but that tears the veil between this reality and the other dimensions.
Yeah.
Yes. Is it possible that you can accidentally fuck around in the wrong neighborhood? Oh yeah, it's just like this dimension. You know, if you know, we're here in Las Vegas. If you go to fucking North Las Vegas, there's some dark fucking entities over there. You know, but it's the same thing out there. There's good beings and there's bad beings, just like here on Earth. So, yeah, and two people are not going to have the same hallucination at the same time.
That's true. Like that was definitely one of my craziest experiences because we were able to see it. And I think that we were able to see it, like the other side was like, or the veil, whatever, was like allowing us to see it because we were more open. And I feel like when you are on a substance like that, you feel a lot of love and you feel like a higher vibration. So I think it was easier for us to kind of like see that. But I swear it was like an angel literally like flying over the house. It was the weirdest thing. Like I will never forget that ever.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's like one of my favorite stories. So anyways, yes, you can send your angels to her whenever you want. And there's many, many angels and guides who are there to protect. So it's not like if you send them to her, she's like, you're not going to have any. There's plenty to go around.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So I hope that helps with that question. And then her last question is, should I stay in this house and put my energy into redecorating, which brings me joy?
Well, yeah, if it brings you joy, absolutely. 100%. Don't ever ask permission to do something that brings you joy. How do I'll read there. Ace of Cups, Fool card. Don't ever hesitate to do something that brings you joy, High Priestess. Yeah. I mean, if there's something else that brings you joy that would impede on that, then, by all means, pick and choose whatever it is that you want to do. I think that if you really put yourself out there and really gave yourself permission to just say, fuck it, you could find a lot of things that bring you joy. But Ace of Cups, yeah, 100%. It depends. Also, it depends on what you mean by should I. What's should I mean? If something brings you joy, why shouldn't you? That's a true spiritual path. When we give ourselves permission to do what brings us joy, regardless of what anyone thinks, regardless of within the boundaries of morals. I'm not saying do something immoral. I'm not saying do something that would hurt somebody. I'm not saying do something that would bring harm to somebody. But within the boundaries of morals, there's no reason why we shouldn't give ourselves permission to do things that bring us joy. Hermit. High Priestess again. Yeah, and the Hierophant. Ace of Swords. Yeah, if it brings you joy, I can't figure out a reason why you shouldn't.
Well, it says, should I stay in this house? Because they're divorcing. So should I stay in the house and then put my energy into redecorating?
If that brings you joy, then yeah. This is one of those types of things that you're being divinely guided right now. So when you're being divinely guided, you're going to be put on the path that you're supposed to be on one way or the other. Now, you can be a stubborn ass and fight it, but you're not going to prevent it from happening. So, yeah, you're going through a death process right now, a slow, gradual, transitionary, evolutionary process. What would be easier? Would it be easier to stay here and do something that brings me joy? Then fucking A, do it. But if it will be more of a pain in the ass, which one, what outweighs the other? Does the joy outweigh the pain in the ass? Follow the joy. If the pain in the ass outweighs the joy, then maybe back away from it. So, yeah, just weigh it out and see which one weighs the most.
All right. Next, we have Vicky, who is a Scorpio. How does my ex-lover, Christopher, feel about me? He is a Gemini. We had a really bad ending. Yet I'm constantly thinking of him. Curious how he feels.
I'm kind of curious as to how long you all have been separated. It's not mandatory information, just curious. Ooh, 8 of Cups. Well, making a pretty stern decision to walk away.
Since July.
Since July. Oh, yeah. So that's still real fresh. Does it say how long they were together?
No. So we can ask. How long have you guys been together? Or were you guys together?
So he's pretty well stuck in his way. Now, so here's a thing that we fixed signs deal with. We're stubborn, right? We don't mean to be. We just are. It's just our nature. When I make up my mind, that's my fucking decision. When I do something a certain way, that's my fucking way of doing it. When I think a certain thing, or I have a certain belief, or I have a certain opinion, that's the way I fucking do it. And you're not going to change my mind. It's just our nature. But some other signs take that as a threat or a challenge. So it's not uncommon at all for other signs to want to have a stubbornness competition with you, because they feel like you're challenging them with that when you're not. That's just who you are, you know? So I think there's a little bit of a stubbornness competition here where he kind of wants to match your energy. His number one priority right now is trying to run from this and find a new relationship as soon as possible.
They were together for a year.
A year? Okay. Yeah. I can't really spy on the details of his life, so I don't know if he's been successful with that. It doesn't really feel like it, honestly. Because basically that is one of the prime key ingredients of a codependency attachment. I want to jump into a relationship just to fill a void and forget about the past. That's a classic codependency attachment. Codependency attachments, if that energy is not put in check, which 99% of the time it's not, because people don't know they're doing it and they don't know how to do it, it's going to fall to shit. So I highly doubt that he's going to find anything successful with that anytime soon. But that's his number one priority. So if we dig that down a little bit deeper, why would he feel the need to do that unless you take up some sort of space in his mind? So he's mad, he's angry, and he's just trying to forget about it. He's trying to run from it and forget about it and block it out and not think about it. So on a conscious level, it's really hard to put words behind how he feels about it. He's mad, he's angry. And obviously you're not mad or angry unless you feel some type of way, right? Justice reversed. Yeah. Okay. So he's heartbroken. You know, it hurts him a lot more than he wants to let on, but he's not giving himself permission to sit with it, be with it, or think about it. Again, I don't know how successful he is at doing this. So most men struggle with this. Let me ask you this. Does he possess some sort of attribute that would make him more valuable or sought after in the dating community, like a bunch of money or some sort of status or popularity or something like that? If not, if he's just a regular, average, everyday Joe Schmo, he's probably going to struggle with this. Hey, you never know. Maybe he has a good slick mouthpiece. He is a fucking Gemini, so maybe not. But his number one priority is trying to find somebody new. I don't know how successful he is at finding anybody, but he's pretty much just blocking it out, forgetting about it. If he had his way, if he could flip a switch and have whatever he wanted, he would just have a bunch of sex-based connections right now to try to get that off his mind. So he obviously feels some type of way, which means that at the deepest level, he still loves you.
She said, other than being really attractive, no. Which is funny because, like, as you were naming those off, I was like, oh, he's probably really attractive. And then you commented that. That's so funny.
Yeah. And the funny thing with that is that that doesn't go as far for men as it does for women. You know, it goes a little bit further. It definitely gives a man a little bit more pull, but it doesn't give a man nearly as much pull as it does a woman. You know, the big, fat, ugly ass dude who has $100 million in the bank is going to do much better than the really, really sexy broke guy. And that's just what it is. It shouldn't be that way. I'm not saying it should, but out there in the dating world, that's just what it is, you know? So if he possesses that, then yeah, he might be, and he's got a good slick mouthpiece, looks good, got a mouthpiece. Yeah, he's probably out playing around.
The gift of gab,
yeah,
as you would say.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so he obviously feels some type of way, or he wouldn't feel the need to try to block it out and forget about it.
All right, next we have Lex, who is a Leo. Give the old love a chance, Aries, or move forward with a new person, Libra, or leave them both behind.
Well, I don't need a tarot card to tell you that neither of them are your divine life partner. The only thing I can really look at is the soul contract. So if the new person was your divine life partner, you wouldn't even consider going back to an old person. Wouldn't even be in your mind. You wouldn't even give two diddly fucks about that person. You would not feel the need to ask that question. If you're ever wondering whether or not your person is this person or that person, it's neither of them. But that doesn't mean that you don't have a soul contract that needs to be taken care of. So let me see the status of the past soul contract. See if there's any unfinished business. I think that's completed. No, it's not. No, it's not. So there's still uncleared karma with the past person. However, that means that there's still a big, heavy heap of karmic energy weighing down on the two of you. So unless the two of you are ready, willing, and able to work through that energy together, it will repeat the cycle if you go back to that person. If the two of you were ready, willing, and able to work through that energy, it's likely that you more than likely wouldn't have separated to begin with. So that gives it an incredibly slim chance of success, but it is still possible. And I don't have the authority to tell you that you shouldn't, unless your health, safety, or life is in jeopardy. And I don't think either of those three are the case. So I can't tell you that you shouldn't, but I can tell you that it is a very, very slim chance of success. Let's see if there's a soul contract with the new person. You know they're opposite signs, right? So you're an Aries.
No, Leo.
Oh, Leo. Okay.
One is an Aries, one is a Leo.
I've actually seen quite a bit of success with Leo and Libra energy. I've seen a lot more success with that than I've seen, there's a lot more potential with that energetic combination if we're just looking at energies alone. So there's a lot of defensive energy with the Libra. And I think part of that is yours too. You definitely got your guard up. I mean, you don't even know whether or not you're going to go back with a past person. There's a big layer that this person's going to have to pierce through. And like vibration attracts like vibration. So they are probably on a very similar frequency where they're unsure as to whether or not to get with you or do something else. So it's not really, there we go. Six of Cups reversed. So I think that this also stems back to some previous lifetime. Neither of them are your person. But if you had to choose one and you were being forced to choose one of them, the Libra would have more potential for success than the Aries, just looking energetically. So
I feel like it's not really fair to say that neither of them are her life or her
divine life
partner. I feel like that's not really fair to say, because when me and you first started talking, I was kind of like, I wasn't like really like talking, but I still had unfinished business with somebody else that I still kind of was talking to, and then I had to decide, okay.
And how long did that take?
Oh, it took me like a day. After
exactly.
You said that.
That's the point that I'm making.
But it's not to say that neither of them are. We don't know how long.
If you want to break it down to a molecular science like that, and say that, you need to find out within a certain time frame. When I say a day, well, duh. The first time that me and you talked, I didn't even remember to call you back the next day.
Yeah, that's
Come on now. I mean, that when I try to break things down in time frames like that, I like to stretch it out and say by the first month.
Yeah.
Because shit, I knew before we even met that I was going to ask you to be my girlfriend. Within the first 48 hours, I done told everybody, leave me alone, I'm talking to somebody.
Yeah, you did.
So
she said he is a good guy, but we both have trauma to work past, which brings the trust issues. So it's hard in bringing me to just moving forward, but I don't want to just not give it a chance.
Was that the new person? The Libra? Now, depending, I'm gonna tell you, if you all know how to work with energy, that could,
she said yes,
be a really good thing. You could use that to your advantage. If the two of you are knowing how to work together and work through trauma and heal together, energy, it depends on what you do with it. If you could take the biggest challenges in the world and turn that into your greatest strength. I remember, you remember that one time we got that astrology reading, me and you did? And the lady said...
The first time or second time?
The first time. She said, there's a lot of astrologers that would probably look at your all's charts and say that you all are doomed for failure.
I don't remember that.
Yeah. Because we have all these squares. Everything is squaring, which means challenges. We're opposing each other and whatnot. She said, but I don't think so. Because if you utilize this because most people when they butt heads like this, they crash and burn. Mm-hmm. But if you know how to flip that energy on its head and use that as a step up, then you can grow and evolve together. You don't remember that?
Mm-mm. I mean, it sounds a little familiar, but I don't really remember it exactly.
The trauma bonds and coming together on a low frequency like that is only a problem while humans have no idea what to do with energy. That's why I work around the clock, drain myself, and put so much energy and effort into trying to help people understand how to play with energy. Because once we start learning how to play with energy, there's nothing that's going to stop anybody from doing anything. There's no relationship that can't work if you don't want to make it work. There's no task you can't accomplish. There's nothing you can't do. Once you understand your energy, how it behaves, how to manipulate it, how to play with it, how to use it and channel it, what to do with it. So the two of you could build something solid and successful with it by working through your trauma together. There's more potential for that one than the last one.
All right. Hope that helps. Next, we have Dawn. And Dawn's in Aries. This is the same one from earlier, asking about the next job, if it's going to be in another country.
Yeah.
That one? Or forced to move? Okay. So this is the follow-up question. It says, so if there's no move anytime soon, is said, which sector looks to have more potential to search for next job, government or private organization? I guess you could do a spread for each.
Yeah, I could. But what I would normally advise is that try them both. This is how we develop a relationship with the universe. I'm going to knock on both doors and see which one's opens. That's a spiritual path. I'm going to say, all right, universe, I don't know if I should take this path or this path. But I'm going to trust that you're only going to open the door that you want to open. And if you don't want none of these doors to open, you won't open them. I'm going to go knock on them both. And every now and then, both of them open. Then that's when I say, oh, so that's my guides telling me, pick a path. So that's when I start weighing things out.
She said, yes, I'm trying both. It's it's reaching a few steps, then not proceeding. Yeah, because job applications are annoying. And doing all those steps is freaking annoying. So if you could narrow it down at all, that is helpful.
Well, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to help give people like an idea of how to develop a relationship with the universe. So,
what is this spread for then?
Do government, Tower card. That would be very, very temporary. A lot of governmental changes are happening worldwide right now. So that would be temporary if you did. Well, honestly, any job that you get into right now is going to be temporary, but that's a different topic for a different time. I'm not digging into that. But I think government would be very, 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 very temporary. Very, very temporary with the Tower card here. But with the Four of Wands here, I do feel like that door is open for you if you want to take that path, because you are being prepared for a different calling. And no matter which path you take, you will step into the role and play your calling. Step into the role and play the role of your highest calling as a different version of yourself, depending on which path you take.
Now we're reading into the private organization.
Yeah. Six of Wands.
Victory, success.
Yep, and Tower reverse.
Oh, so, that Tower reverse.
Yeah, looks like
we got winner.
Like I said, no matter what you do, it's going to be temporary. We're moving into a new world, but if you're looking for the smoothest path, I think they're both going to come with their challenges and their obstacles, and for all intents and purposes, they're both going to suck. But the smoothest one, the one with the most potential to produce the most smooth, positive outcome, the lesser of the two evils, would be the private organization. So, okay.
All right.
Is that it?
That wraps up our
day. But deep.
Thank you guys so much. And we did it really good today for it being on a different day. So we appreciate you guys showing up.
Yeah.
And either getting a reading or just hanging out with us. And yeah.
All right.
We'll see you guys next
weekend. See you all next Saturday.
Bye.